And welcome back to the Crypto Hulk channel. I truly have a great, awesome crypto for you today. I'm changing this up drastically because we're going to eliminate people that like pump dump this. All these cryptos that I show, what is happening, and I'm sending out an alert to every single one of my viewers, members, $5, $10, $500 members. I'm going to destroy financially who's ever trying to take advantage of people on my channel. So we're gonna slow the fuck this thing all the way down to where there's no pump dump incentive at all. What I'm trying to turn this into is a medium to long-term show. That was my original intention, but what happened was when I went to the alerting everybody at once, then the people that pump dump, they stopped with their $1,000 shit. Then they bumped up their game to $4,000 or $5,000. They dump in all this because they knew more people would be hit quick. Look, the thing is, follow my program, follow the news that I have. I want you to see the connections. There's a crypto we went over. Let me take a look. It's called CCD. And we went over that about a month ago. Right now, that crypto, last night, it was up 350%. Okay, because it had a real world use case. CCD. Concordium, that was the name of it. And in the past 24 hours, okay, so it went down, but it was up at like, for like, I think the past month. Okay, and over the past month, that thing's up 310%. Over the past 3 months ago, that crypto Concordium, that's when we started talking about it, within the past 3 months, that crypto is up 472%. In the past month, that crypto is up 310%. In the past 7 days, that crypto is up 103%. And then in the past 24 hours, it's up 78%. So what I'm trying to show you is we're going to eliminate these people that come in with ungodly amounts of money. They're fucking done. They're like now we're all gonna feel some pain initially. But what we're gonna do on this program is I'm showing you A+ cryptos, and these people are pumped up. They're driving them right into the ground. They'll come in with $2,000, $3,000, $4,000. They'll invest in a show and then pull out in 10 minutes. They'll make $1,000 to $2,000 and that's it. And they're out. And they'll be doing that every single show. They're probably pulling in $6,000 to $8,000 a month off you guys, each one of these people. So we're going to eliminate that, and they're going to be fucking bleeding out because they're not going to make any kind of fucking money. And it's A-okay with me if what I'm trying to do here is fuck people over that try to fuck you over. So that's what we're going to do. I'm going to eliminate any kind of incentive for people to dump a shit ton of money into this crypto. It ain't going to happen. What we're going to have is people that are going to invest wisely in the crypto based on fundamentals. That's what we do on this channel. I deliver fundamentals, and I've always said, well, I can't control what people do. Well, you know what? I'm going to try my best to control every other people's behavior, and we're going to shut this shit down. We are. We're going to go over. I want the price of this crypto to stay low, really, really low. Now, ideally, what you want to do, some people, is I'm going to go over really, really good crypto, okay? I want the prices really, really low when you guys buy it, every one of you. So what we're going to do is just bust down this price to make it zero incentive for anybody to come in and pump dump it. And later on, as time goes on and more people find out about this crypto, bam, it's going to be like a Concordium. I think we went over that. Somebody let me know. Concordium, how long ago did we go over that? Was it like a month ago? I'm going to see on my Grok if I can find out when. July 3rd. Wait, no. Yeah. Okay. July 3rd. So it's about 2 months ago. August 3rd, September 3rd. Shit, about 2.5 months ago. Could somebody verify that? Oh, there he is. Shah Iskander. Nice. Cross the finish line, a $500 club. Yeah, boy. Balance for the rest of the club. Stu Lavelle did tell me that you talked to him and stuff. I got Stu's message. So you are in. Contact me on X. Say, hi, Crypto Hulk. Now do this on X. Hi, Crypto Hulk. It's Shah Iskander. That's my name on YouTube. I donated the 1,500, whatever it was last time. This one, I need you to take a screenshot of your YouTube account where nobody else can see except you, and then leave your American phone number, and we'll get in touch. And you got access to Crypto Hulk for 30 days to help get you all set up and squared away. You're going to be glad you did. Look, you can join for a month. Let's say if you want to take a break or something and come back, and when you're ready to start buying again or something, join back again. That's fine. I have no problem with that. I'm just here to help get you going. And then sometimes people want to come in intermittently and say, hey, I need another month. I'm ready to dump couple $1,000 into cryptos and I need your help. And the people I work with help assist me in areas that I'm not as good at. So I can call them up and say, hey, this guy wants to da-da-da-da. So that's how it's done. When did we go over CCD? Somebody help me. 7/4/2025. Okay, 7/3 was my birthday. Okay, so about 2.5 months ago. So now let's look at CCD. Had you got into CCD about 2 to 3 months ago, you're looking at about 380%. I want you to see this. If it was 3 months ago, that's 300% right there. So if you bought in when we talked about it, you've made just about 300%, 280% just on that one. I mean, shit, if you put in, $300, then you made like, I think $100 profit off that one. Wait, no. $900. Yeah, if you put in $300 on that and you made 300%, sure, that's $900 just on that one. See, what was happening is there's about 5 people that are actually members of this group, and what they were doing is they would dump $2,000 to $5,000 on the crypto. So everything you were putting in, they were sucking out. So we're not going to do that anymore. And those 5 people are going to get their cheeks are going to clap because they ain't going to make no money. They're fucking done. Fucking done. So I don't want any kind of stupid pump shit going on with this crypto. We're going to eliminate these dumbasses and have normal investing, like people with fucking brains in their head. And then you're going to start getting these gains that are 300% instead of 70%. Because these people, see, these cryptos should, if we didn't have those 5 people, which we're going to be eliminating, they're going to realize real soon, oh shit, my money's gone. Yeah, it's gone. Sucks being you now. You're not going to make a fucking thing. You just fucked up. Because when you fuck over Crypto Hulk members, then that, and just anybody, viewers that watch my show, right there. See, they're dumping right there. Go ahead and dump it, because you ain't going to make shit, bitch. That's how it works. I want this thing to just dump. And then you guys carefully go in and buy it when it's cheap, okay? So right now we're up about 6% on the 24-hour. I see a big red candle. So just let those people dump. And then we'll come back in later and get it when it's still cheap now. But I don't want to incentivize. I want to see a bunch of small little stair step in the green. Because when you see these green big candles, they're just going to dump. That's all they're going to do is take your money. So what you need to do when you watch Crypto Hulk Show is go to the deck screener. If it's an Ethereum based, get the code, put it in, and I want you to see what's happening down below. If you see a lot of big purchases, like just don't buy it. Don't buy the crypto. If you see the green and there's big ass green candles and shit, we don't touch that shit. We just wait till it starts turning red and then we buy it. Okay. We will be fucking over all these people that try to pump dump Crypto Vault customers. That shit is over and done. What I'm going to show you today is this crypto with all its connections. Chris Guerra. I put 187 and I'm at $715. Awesome. $500 club. So what we're going to go over today, this crypto is so amazing. I want you all to have the ability to buy this crypto super, super cheap. I don't want you buying it when the price gets over like 20% and shit. Don't fucking buy it. Let us bleed out all these people that are trying to take your money. They want this sucker to just pump up and then 5 people take all the money and everybody's left with scraps. We're going to end that dumb shit right now. And what was going to happen is we're going to be more of a long-term, sometimes we'll have a little short pump dumps, but that's ridiculous. See, if we think medium to long, what's midterm? 1 month. That means if you invest in something today, you're probably going to make money off it 2, 3, 4 weeks later. But see, look, once you got checks or cryptos coming in from, like if you invested in Concordium 2.5 months ago, and if you put $300 in, now you're getting paid, you're getting $1,000 out of that investment. And if you do that shit from the past, but what you guys, some of you have done, now some of you guys are smart. You buy these cryptos, maybe $100, the really good ones or whatever it is, you put 100 in, just let it ride. If it's a really, really good one. Today's crypto, look, what I want you to notice is this. I'm going to talk about good cryptos. We always talk about every single crypto we talk about is good on this channel. And you can make money off them. Some of these cryptos are really, really, really good. Those are the ones that maybe you put in $100 and you just hold it. $200. You don't buy it when it's all green and 50x or whatever, 50% up or whatever. I like buying shit when I see red. Honestly, because what I want you guys to do is we're trying to have a more mature investing channel. The amount of time I spend on the crypto, you have no fucking idea. Well, sometimes I'll tell you. It takes me 5 to 6 hours to do a show just like this. The amount of time that I have to put in researching and studying and looking for cryptos and connections, it's a lot of fucking work. I can easily make a show where I just find news that's out there that like every other channel, like I could just pull my fucking brain out of my head and just get 4 or 5 articles together. I could do that shit in 30 minutes and then post the show. It would take me 1 hour total to get a show ready by doing that. Okay. Now, sometimes a little tougher. It's hard to find news, but like on good days, man, I could bust out everything in an hour. One of these pump dump shows, the shit takes me 5 to 6 hours. It's a lot of fucking work. And what irritates me is that when dump shits will come in and they're in and out of a crypto in 8 to 10 minutes, they'll put in their $2,000. Either they'll go like 1,000, they'll wait a second or two, put 1,000, they'll wait 5 seconds or 10, put it 1,000 like that. So they got $3,000 in, and all they're gonna do is dump it in like 8 to 10 minutes. That's what happens, and they're probably pulling about 50% profit. That's all they care about. And then they're done. They make their $1,000 or $2,000 and they're gone. Okay. And then it starts killing the pump. So I'm going to spend 5-6 hours finding awesome cryptos just so they can like dump it right away. That's just not going to happen. So we're going to eliminate that threat completely. Now, sometimes we will. Sometimes I'll say, okay, everybody, we're going to pump dump the shit out of this, or I might just announce it all of a sudden just for fun. But remember, if those 5 people are there, they're going to take your money. So let's have a different way of doing things. What I want you guys to do is to learn to invest in solid projects and think long term. Yeah, sometimes we can think short term, but you have to get out of that thinking and think long term. If you invested into solid projects like CCD, you'd be walking away with a 300% return right now. Or if you were to hold on to that, maybe 2 or 3 months from now, that crypto's up 700%. So let's get rid of this 50 to 70% returns if we're lucky, and start thinking about 300 to 700% or 1,000. These are all possible. So let me continue with this. I got to find out who's doing it. Steve's like, well, you can just kick them out. How? Like, if you can figure out who the people are, please let me know. We could do that. But I don't know how to do that. So we're going to just, plus anyhow, this is how you should invest when stuff's in the red. That's when you're buying it. Not when it's 20, 30, 40, 50, 60%. That's all foolishness. Oh, that's true. He says, I thought maybe you knew. Well, no, it's just we're noticing signs. And there's like 5 individuals that are putting in 2 to 5 grand. And then because we got the deck screener right there, we can see what they're doing. So they usually will buy and sell out. Like I said, they'll put in somewhere between 2 and 5 grand. They're usually in about 7 to 10 minutes max. Their average profit is anywhere from 40 to 70%. That's what they do. Bam, in, out, just like that. That's why the cryptos never, a lot of them don't reach over 70 to 80% or 90. We used to get 500, 600, 5X, 10X. But these people are coming in now and just dumping thousands, when before maybe they put in 500 and held it as long as it could. That's how we were getting. But then the gains started just diving because they were increasing their money and pulling it out at 70%. That's why everything just shut down. And I've noticed that. So we're going to stop that. That's what we're going to do. We're going to have people investing normal amounts. Normal on this show is anywhere, I don't know, 150, $300 per crypto. That's like a normal amount to invest. Danny, get their wallet addresses and share it with the community so we know every time they buy. Just look at the deck screeners. But now this crypto is different today. This one's got heavy hitters in there. The average people are put on this crypto here. This isn't like a crypto where people are putting in $20 normally. This one, I'm telling you what, this project here, you've got developers that are in on this dumping, okay, on this project. This one, you got people that it shows no buys, but they're just selling. That's a developer who got this shit for free. Look at what people are putting in 500. Let's go back before the show. Let's go back 3 months ago. People are putting in 100. They're selling off 100, 450, 408. They're selling off $224. People are buying 1,100, 774. They're selling off. They're buying $560. See what this is? This isn't people putting in $10 and $20. This is a whole new another level. So this is a crypto right here that you're gonna get your cheeks clapped if you start putting in $2,000 or something shit on here, because you got people here that they will just dump the fuck out of this thing. Okay. This is a crypto here. Let me give a disclaimer. I'm gonna get into who, what, when, where, and why. This is a crypto here that is a fucking gold mine. This is not one where you're going to put in right now and make money in 5 minutes. Let's get out of that mentality. That's not conducive to a solid crypto channel. My name is Crypto Hawk. I'm not a financial advisor, not a crypto advisor, none of the above. Don't buy anything on this program. Everything on this show is a lie. I am so addicted to cocaine, heroin, hashish, methamphetamines. I smoke it, snort it, inject it, everything you can imagine. This would be the worst fucking channel you'd ever watch for financial advice. Don't buy anything and tell you to buy. Now, let's get into this crypto here. You guys, this crypto, when the price is cheap, I want you to buy this thing. I'm not, okay, I put in a whole lot of money on this one. Woo-wee. This one here, I've never seen a crypto with so much connections to it. I literally had to stop. Okay, I'll just cut to the chase on what it's really running on. This crypto is running on the Ripple XRP side chain, which is Cosmos SDK. There you have it, all done and said and done. That's what it took me about 5 hours to figure out. This crypto runs, has a partner called Covey, Covey, and they have something called Zeta chain, Zeta. Oh shit! And they're partners with Tendermint. Oh shit! You got you got Microsoft involved in this. Ripple and Persist came up with something called Ethereum Virtual Machine Operating System, EVM OS. That's operating system. And that is Cosmos is mixed up with Ripple and Persist. I haven't even begun. And so basically, this crypto is running on the XRP ledger. It has interoperability. It's supposedly a Ethereum project with Avalanche and all. Look, this is so fucking Ripple, okay? Ripple created with Cosmos something called Ethereum Virtual Machine OS, which is operating system. This crypto runs on a Ripple side chain. That's why all this Ethereum shit's starting to move, because if it's just Vitalik Buterin, you guys are fucking done. All these Ethereum fanboys. It wasn't until Persist and Ripple formed Ethereum Virtual Machine OS, and it's called Cosmos SDK. It's a side chain of the XRP ledger that allows interoperability for all the Ethereum fanboy stuff, layer 1s and 2s. Oh, shit. You know Binance? You know how Binance works? On this. Binance runs on the XRP ledger. Cosmos SDK, Persist with Ripple, EVM. I discovered all this shit, and I'm like, what? Yeah, Binance is a whole partner of this, too. They're running on the Ripple XRP ledger. You can't see any of this because they got private ledgers and shit out there that they're using. Totally fascinating. Let me get into this deep dive here. The partners are just, who's not involved in this project? Let me start. Where's my notes? I got some notes. Really high-tech stuff. This is how we do it on Crypto Hulk Show. We take it back to the 70s. We write shit on paper with red pens. The crypto is MAIV. It bridges, because you know what? It was just, something was telling me, why do they keep using the word bridge? How does an Ethereum-based project bridge when it's running on a Ripple side chain? Oh, got it? Yeah. MAIV, bridges decentralized finance. Now, this all comes in the end, everybody. Not right tomorrow, not next week. When we get crypto laws and everything is Web3, DeFi, staking, we got laws and regulations globally. Oh, man. And the cryptos are $500 a piece. That's when, let's go over this. So it bridges decentralized finance with traditional finance. So it's taking the old school and bringing it into the new. That's what they're attempting to do. Tokenizing old school. I'm telling you, this shit is so amazing. It tokenizes real world assets such as real estate finance, contracts, commercial lending, and infrastructure projects. It enables people to invest in high yield opportunities, typically reserved for institutions. So normally, if there's some luxury, $20 million condo complex getting put up, where I'm talking each of the units are $20 million, not the whole complex, like just one unit, that kind of a luxury complex, you normally, no poor person can get in on that. Now with this project here, MAIV, you're allowing poor people to throw money into luxury condo complexes and just anything, infrastructure, whatever. That's what this crypto does. It enables people to invest in high yield opportunities, typically reserved for institutions. So kind of like how we got Caleb Brown, right? It's institutional custody for crypto, but poor people like us, we can get into it. We don't have to be worth $10 million or some crazy shit like that. This provides developers and businesses with more flexible funding. So people like you and me can start replacing banks. If they want to build some luxury towers somewhere, people like you and me, we can now buy into this, and that company doesn't have to go to a bank to get it. If they can pull together 1 million people who want to invest, 10 million bucks, now they got 10 million, whatever it is, you get the point. Let's continue. This whole process offers the agency efficiency and collaboration. They have 8 to 20% yearly returns. That's really pretty amazing. And these are solid. This is like an 8 to 20% return. This isn't like pump dump. This is like you're tokenizing real buildings, streets, and you're offering people opportunities to buy. So this will be what the future is right here. They have 10 billion tokens with this. They're going to burn up about 1.5 billion. Token holders can participate in decision making on the platform. Membership. The founders are all doxed, meaning we know who they are. There's no secret people in this crypto thing at all. I was going over some cryptos earlier yesterday that didn't make it to this show because I can't tell who is the president, who's the board of directors, who are the founders. Like, they do that shit. So we don't mess with crypto that's like that. On this program here, we want to know who the people are in every single project. The more people we know, the more relationships we see, that's a crypto that's a long-term hold, like this one right here. The founders in their past have delivered. So the founders of this MAIV, I'll read off their names later. They all together, they've been making, this isn't their first rodeo. This MAIV, the people that are part of this, you will not believe who are all the companies involved with this. It's truly amazing. This is the biggest crypto I've ever gone over. And that's why I'm presenting it to you like this. We want to keep the price down so you can get into this. Okay, this is a crypto you seriously want to have. I'm going to read off. We're going to spend the whole show just on this crypto right here. They have done $10 billion in deals. The team on this, there's about 5 people. These are professionals that have been doing this shit for a while. One guy's been in the work world 45 years. He's got to be 300 years old, I think. These people together have generated $100 million in returns from previous ventures. They've also made $10 billion in deals. These are people that are well experienced. These aren't 21-year-old junior college dropout tech developer people. Okay, these are like serious whales. The team are experts in commercial real estate. Key members have background in something called Price Waterhouse Cooper. That's a Ripple partner. I'm not getting into showing the links right now. I don't have enough time. You can do a search on your own. Type in PWC plus Ripple and then put partnership or something. It'll pop up. What is so big about Price Waterhouse Cooper is that they go into companies, examine all the books, and make sure everything's legitimate. They also work heavily with the United States government. So what does that mean? There's people on this team that are Price Waterhouse Cooper. They've worked there 8 years, whatever it is. They have so much government interaction with regulations and stuff. And they've started, these people know what they're doing. Let me continue because there's so much information to go over. Let's go over the founders. Let's look at the founders right here. Okay, the founder, his name is Nicholas Taggart. He's overseen $300 million in projects. He's been the boss of projects that have totaled up to $300 million. This is all from Grok. So this isn't like I'm reading off their webpage where they're telling us what they want us to hear. This is Grok showing us. This guy has 8 years at PricewaterhouseCoopers. What did he do there? He led tech transformation in government. Are you hearing me? Whew. This guy worked for PricewaterhouseCoopers, leading technology transformations in government. Oh my, that's you see where this is going? I could talk 2 hours about this crypto. And healthcare sectors. He's delivered $400+ million in revenues. This isn't a crypto project that's a rug pull, you guys. This is the absolute biggest crypto project I've ever gone over in all of Crypto Hulk's stuff. He's founded multiple startups in hospitality, construction, and development. He has some co-founders here. There's one guy here, John Spillane, Irish. Top of the morning to you from Ireland. Irish finance professional with 45 years. He's got to be 70. In funding, lending, commercial real estate acquisition. Amazing. He's managed over $1 billion in property portfolios over the last 15 years. The advisor, some guy named Finn, and his last name in quotes is Zeus. He's got 5 years in Web3. Lastly, they have a marketing person who worked for Citibank, Primerica, Bridgestone, a lot, just on and on. So those are some of the founders there. Next, we're going to get into fintech, crypto, and blockchain collaboration. Now, I'm going to cherry pick this stuff because we've got so much to do. Let me look here. Government. So so we don't have directly governments working with this Maiv crypto. It's just the people that are the founders have worked with governments for a lot of years. Europe. So where does this company work out of? This is a registered business in the European Union. Mave, M-A-I-V, focuses on what? Compliance with the European Union. Are you hearing me? This crypto company that's in DeFi and lending and all that is already working with regulators throughout all of the European Union and the United Kingdom, which includes Ireland. In the United States, this Mave company works with private equity firms in the U.S. to facilitate what? Cross-border tokenization of assets, including high-yield investment opportunities. Founding members. Let me look through here real quick. Okay. Next, institutional partners. So I'm going to skip through the portion here. We're going to talk about institutional partners. Now we're going to start in. These are massive right here. There's a company called Covey, Covey. They are an investment advisor for Web3 design, tokenization, infrastructure. We're going to find out Covey is massive, okay? There's another partner called Juma, Juma. There's another partner called Dominus Commercial, Veracity. They even have a crypto. I think it's called VER crypto. This company is massive too. Then you got Scale. They have their own crypto, SKALE. They're involved in this. Now there's a company that's massive called RWA.io. They're involved in Mave, MAIV. And then Zealy, ZEALY. Covey. So Covey is at one. Juma, I'm looking through there. Dominus, Veracity. They have a token called VRA, Veracity does. It's got two zeros in front of it and a 1, 2. Scale has a crypto. It's SKL. Real World RWA.io, massive company that's involved in this. Then Zealy. Now let me scroll down. Now, RWA, that's where the crypto XDC is involved. You ever heard of R3 Core to Platform? They're mixed up with RWA.io. So we're going to get into the connection there in a minute, but that is, when you see RWA.io, they're utilizing the R3 Core to Platform. That's XDC crypto. Let me scroll. Okay, now we're going to talk again about institutional partners of Mave. We got Covey. They're dealing with Snailbrook. It's a crypto project. They're also dealing with the MILC platform and Scale. Covey focuses on Web3 incubation token design. Next, we got Juma. It's a United Kingdom-based company. I'm cherry picking. I'm not going to read all these things. It would take us 2-3 hours. Dominus is a traditional real estate firm, and it's transitioning into Web3. That's what they're doing now. They're getting these companies and they're transitioning them into the Web3, which is the future. Now, Veracity is involved in this project. They're involved with Binance, okay? Heavily involved with Binance. And they have what's called a Vera wallet, and they have their own crypto. Scale is involved with Ethereum native integration for smart contracts and revenue sharing. They're involved in gaming. And you got Amica Brands involved in this as well. Amica's the biggest fucking investor in the crypto game stuff. Now, you have a company called RWA. RWA.io. They are working with Solana. So see where now it's starting to get real big right now. Solana blockchain for high-speed assets. Here's where R3 comes in. Enterprise blockchain for regulated financial integrations. We're going to read later that R3 put in $1 million into the Mave project. Just saying, okay? So you know they got R3 working. If you're going to put $1 million fucking dollars into something, you're going to be there kind of helping them, watching so you can get your money back, right? So when I saw that with R3, I'm like, oh shit, this is green light, along with Solana. Zealy, they're dealing with the D3 LTA Army. It's a Web3 venture studio. They're involved in Dia DAO, MinSwap, And they're dealing with Cardano's involved in this now. So now we've got a few cryptos already involved in this. Cardano. They're utilizing MinSwap, which is DeFi on Cardano. There you go. Tezos is involved in this project as well with Etherlink. It's a blockchain for events and projects. You got CryptoSeed, Enzno. You got the Warden protocol involved in this. You got Endless protocol involved in this. You got Tononomy. And you have a crypto called NATO, N-A-T-O. I don't know how much it's worth. I know nothing about it. Yeah, Zeely is a massive partnership. Covey acts like a bridge. Now, they're working with the project called ZKME, and it doesn't have anything to do with ZK Sync. Now, there's a project here. It's getting bigger. Trust me, we haven't even started. There's a company working with Mave. It's called C for Charlie 4, and then E for Edward. C4E. It's a Cosmos. There we go. What are we up to like now? 5 cryptos now that are involved in this. 5 massive cryptos that are involved in this. You got Cosmos mixed up. The Cosmos ecosystem blockchain interoperability, various DeFi and real-world asset projects. You got a company called Novastro working here. They've got something called ICB Labs. That is so big. We're going to get into that, I think, later. Yeah, we're going to get into that later on. That's fucking enormous. ICB Labs. They've got something called Neuralov. It merges decentralized AI compute with real-world asset finance. They're working with Web3 Port. They're working with Woodstock. That's so massive. We're going to get into Woodstock. That's on my notes as well. Woodstock and Faculty Group. It's dealing with Ethereum. Arbitrum is involved. Sui is involved. Solana is. Now we're up to like 8 different cryptos into this project called Mave. Oh my God. It just keeps going, doesn't it? Now this company called GAT Group. The GAT, G-H-A-T, GAT Capital. Who are they working with? Bybit. They're working with Sui. They're working with Faculty Group, Crypto Oasis. They're working with Crypto Oasis. Now, let's get into Zeta Chain. So, Mave runs on something called, is working with Zeta Chain. So, Mave has remember the name Covey, C-O-V-E-Y. Let me take a look to make sure my channel's still up and running. Okay. Tell you what, this is a fucking deep dive, man. Mave has a partner called Covey. Covey is a company that comes out of Taipei, China. Remember Ripple, China? Crypto Hulk's one showed you that one. Ain't nothing going to happen unless all the big countries are involved. United States, China, this and that. The top 5 families of the world. So Mave has a partner called Covey. Covey was started by a guy named Jonathan Covey, who's out of Taipei, China. China. What we got here is Covey acts as a bridge on Zeta Chain, and Mave is using that Zeta Chain for interoperability. This is really the Ripple sidechain, the EVMOS, the EVM OS, which is Cosmos SDK. That's what this Zeta Chain basically is. Undercover Ripple interoperability, okay? Zeta chain is a layer 1 built for omni-chain interoperability. It connects, listen to this, Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana, Cosmos, and more. Zeta chain was invented by Jonathan Covey in Taipei, China. Zeta chain has Google Cloud. Oh, shit. Now, we all know that Google backed Ripple does the payment system in India. I'm not going to show you that evidence. I did it yesterday, but Google backs Ripple. I showed you the Indian articles evidence. Go back yesterday or the day before that show. And guess who's involved in this? The Bahrain. Something called STC Bahrain. Didn't we just go over Bahrain yesterday? Yeah, we did. Telling you, this is all connected in. Oh, and you have something called Jane Street Capital. They're mixed up in this as well. They're massive. Jane Street Capital, my God. So I got those 2 pages of notes knocked out. Here's my 3rd page. I'm using notes along with AI. Covey is now here's the deal. Covey is the main company. It has something called Zeta chain. It uses an Ethereum virtual machine. Zeta chain is built on Cosmos, SDK, and Tendermint. Oh, wait till we see who's involved with Tendermint. Oh my God. Evmos, that we've been talking about, Ethereum virtual machine operating system, collaborates with Ripple and Persist to enhance the XRP Ledger Ethereum virtual machine sidechain. There you go. Runs on Ripple, the sidechain. The XRP Ledger sidechain will be built leveraging Evmos, Ethereum virtual machine operating system. So basically, Covey has a blockchain called Zeta chain that utilizes Ripple XRP Ledger sidechain. It's built with Persist and Cosmos SDK. Oh, shit. Now, let me scroll through this and cherry pick. So, yeah, good old Jonathan Covey. I'd sure like to do a little deep dive on this gentleman. His name is he's some kind of Chinese. This guy here, he's a chief marketing officer. This guy is something else. Yeah, Zeta chain is a layer 1 blockchain built for omni-chain operability, connecting chains like Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana. You ever heard of that before? Very interesting stuff. There is a crypto called Zeta, Z-E-T-A. That is the native token. So if you wanted to buy that one, I'm sure it's not cheap, but just letting you know that's a wiener. That's a wiener. Let me look here now. Who are partners with Zeta chain? Okay, so with Covey, who are the partners of Covey who has Zeta chain? OKX, Coinbase, Kepler, K-E-P-L-R, and Blockto, B-L-O-C-T-O. You also have partners. It says Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana, Cosmos, Ton, T-O-N. You have Sui, S-U-I. You have Avalanche. You have Arbitrum. And you have a crypto called ZKME. We're up to probably, 12 cryptos by now that are involved in this project. You have Pyth, P-Y-T-H. That's an Oracle. You have a company called Alchemy. That's Alchemy Pay. That's a Ripple partner right there. You have Google Cloud. Google-backed Ripple. Okay. Then you have the company called Consensus. They're a partner here as well. You also have something called STC Bahrain. They are a telecom/fintech company out of Bahrain. They deal with Web3 solutions in Middle East, North Africa. The investors in this is blockchain.com, Human Capital, VY Capital, Sky9 Capital, Jane Street Capital, and then Vista Labs. Zeta chain uses a Z EVM. It's an Ethereum virtual machine. It deploys smart contracts in Solidity, which is Ethereum language. And then it's, of course, integrated with the Cosmos and all that, which is Ripple's sidechain. It has cross-chain messaging, unified liquidity, and security model. The Zeta chain uses decentralized validators. Oh, probably on the XRP ledger? Yeah, that's right. That's right, because they're using the XRP sidechain. So they're using the validators on Ripple Network that are decentralized. Oh, brilliant. And they're also using Tendermint for consensus, I'm sorry. They received $27 million from Jane Street Capital. Not a big deal. Now, we're going to get into ICB Labs. So Mave, M-A-I-V. Let me check the channel really quick. All righty. We look right here, ICB Labs. Now, what is going on with them? ICB Labs is a partner of Mave. ICB Lab is a blockchain ecosystem that integrates NFTs, DeFi, and Metaverse. Oh, shit. Remember we did the Metaverse crypto? That whole Metaverse project? That includes, like, everybody. Like that includes another 30 or 40 businesses right there in tech. The metaverse is where Ripple is the main. There's something called the metaverse, and what it is, it's a place where in the future everything will be conducted in the metaverse. I'm not going to go over metaverse because that's a whole nother. I could spend 30, 40 minutes going over the metaverse. The metaverse will be a place where all of this crypto, everything we're doing comes to an end, and there's a new beginning called the metaverse, which is a way where everything will be interoperated and interacting, okay? You've got 15 crypto companies involved in that, all kind of like 30, 40 total companies. You got IBM, Facebook, everybody's involved. Anybody's anybody, Microsoft, fucking everybody, okay? This project is integrated in with Metaverse, all right? The ICB, integrating NFTs, DeFi, Metaverse, AI, and tokenization. Listen to this. The ecosystem right now for ICB Labs is worth $300 million. These are not like startups. These are very, very well-funded, loaded with experience, with companies on companies on companies. There's 300,000 wallets in the ICB system. It covers Thailand, Vietnam, Indonesia, Japan, Singapore, and other Asian areas. It integrates Terminus payments. That is the partner of Mave. It's called ICB. Let me look at... They have something called Zero Protocol, which is one of their partners. And Plena, Plena Finance. Now, let's get into Woodstock. They're also a partner of Mave. Let's see if my notes show Woodstock. I think my notes end. Okay, I just had to stop writing. It was never ending. Woodstock is a global venture capital fund. These are the people that are bringing millions of dollars into this project. They invest. Woodstock is where their money. Woodstock is invested in over 50 projects. Okay, here are the projects Woodstock is involved in. Multiverse X, the Near Protocol. That is a crypto we've talked about on this show about 2 months ago. Some of you guys invested in the Near Protocol, NEAR protocol. They're involved in this. Biconomy, Beware Labs, Snack Club, Morales, Propine, Liminal, Adaptive Holdings, Arcana Network, Band Protocol. I don't know if we ever talked about that one. Bit, BITTE, or Byte, Block Wallet, Camp. You ever heard of Casper Labs? They're involved in this. Covalent and Icons. So that Woodstock Fund, they're funding this, and they're also giving money to Mave. Now, there's a company called Faculty Group. Faculty Group changed their name into the GAF Group, GHAF Group. Who are they? What are they doing with Mave? What's their connection with Mave? Faculty Group is a collective of synergistic blockchain native firms providing advisory. So they advise Mave, they invest in Mave, and they provide operational services to Web3 companies, including market making, growth strategies. These are like the people that make it happen. This Faculty Group finds little companies and makes them massive with all their money and their connections. Now, Faculty Group's mixed up with something called Mansa, M-A-N-S-A. It's a fintech payments company. Yield Layer, there's something called Kazoo Finance, K-A-S-U Finance. I think we've talked about them before. BitLayer Labs, Legend of Arcadia is involved with this Faculty Labs company, and then Nuke Data. Now, Binance is the official partner for BNB Incubation Alliance. The XDC network, here we go right there. So Binance is utilizing all of this as well. Binance venture capital partner for Binance Incubation. So Binance is now has its hands in this project. XDC Network gave $1 million investment in Kazoo, K-A-S-U, for trade finance. So this company, Faculty Group, is working with Kazoo, and XDC got involved in this payments company by giving them $1 million. Okay, so that's the crypto XDC. X Ventures Fund, I don't know if that's Elon Musk or not, but that's the X Ventures Fund. They're involved in this as well. Now, Zeta Chain is mixed up with something called Clayton, K-L-A-Y-T-N. We've gone over Clayton already. I believe it's a crypto. Clayton is massive. I don't have time to go deep diving Clayton, but that we've gone over Clayton before, and I believe we've got the crypto. I could look over on my X for Clayton, but I'm trying to do this now. There's something called Cyber Connect, who's mixed up with Zeta Chain. Amnica Brands, who are they? It's a Asian gaming company. It's like the biggest one in the world. And again, you got Alchemy Pay, Tenderly, and you got, so Alchemy is Alchemy Pay, that's Ripple. And you got Ledger Nano, they're involved in this project. And some called Hotcoin, they're involved in it as well. Now, Tendermint's all mixed up in this. What is Tendermint? This gets really big right here. It's a Byzantine fault-tolerant consensus engine. It's designed for secure and consistent replication of applications across distributed networks. Tendermint is integral to the Cosmos ecosystem via Cosmos SDK. So Tendermint is mixed up with Ripple and Persist, who made Cosmos SDK in the Evmos ecosystem. Tendermint is all mixed up in this. Who are the blockchain projects working with Tendermint? Let's take a look here. And again, Tendermint again is Ripple and Persist. So you got Cosmos Hub. They're mixed up with the IBC and the Atom token, ATOM. It connects 80 chains for IBC company. Binance. Binance is partnered up with Tendermint. You know how Binance is interoperable? Is they're utilizing the Cosmos SDK with the Evmos. That's all Ripple and Persis. So Binance Chain, Binance Smart Chain, BNB, whatever that is, Binance uses a modified Tendermint for fast consensus, powers Binance Digital Exchange, and Binance Token System for TradeFi. Let me say that another way for you. Binance is utilizing the Ripple XRP Ledger sidechain, which is the Cosmos SDK developed by Ripple and Persis. Binance itself is clearing transactions and doing all these things. Binance runs on Ripple, just thought I'd let you know, okay? That's how fucking huge this thing is. Who else uses Tendermint, which is Ripple and Persis? Osmos. That's a premier DEX in the Cosmos world. You got DYDX. You got Kava, Kava. They're involved in this. Injective, Stride, Persistence, Nolus, Kujira, Quicksilver, Secret Networks involved in this. Kronos. That's crypto.com is running on the XRP ledger. You are fine. Like I'm telling you what, this crypto here, that's why I didn't want nobody pump dumping this motherfucker. I want all of you, if you want to get in on this crypto as cheap as you can. That's my gift. I had to destroy all these people coming in with $5,000 trying to take all your fucking money. I want those of you who want to be intelligent investors to seriously just look at this crypto and decide what you want to do with it. And if you want to buy it, I want the prices as cheap as you can get it. We already know right now, I just showed you, no one else is talking about this because no one's going to spend 5 or 6 hours to do this shit. How Binance, and now we know that crypto.com both run on the XRP ledger. They have a side chain called the Cosmos SDK, which is Evmos operating system that was made by Ripple and Persis. So now we know for a fact that Tendermint is running Binance and crypto.com. Just saying, not a big deal though, right? Let's pump up this thing and make our 30% get out and go out to the next crypto, right? We're going to get rid of that dumb shit going on. There's something called EMU, then there's Power Chain. They call it a quantum secure chain. It uses Tendermint for validator, consensus, and simple data. So that's interesting. A quantum secure chain is called PWR. I don't know if they have a crypto. If you want to get it, get it. If you don't get it. There's something called Sphinx. They deal with commodities. Story Protocol runs on Tendermint. Kira Network. OKEX, which is the OKC chain, runs on Tendermint. Namada is an asset agnostic privacy. It integrates Comet BFT. The Rust community runs on Tendermint along with the Interchain Foundation. Partnerships and broader connections. It says here, fintech integrations. It powers, this Tendermint powers platforms like crypto.com. I just told you that, which is Visa Rewards and etc. And again, the Multiverse X and the Near protocol utilize the Tendermint. Tendermint, known as Comet BFT. It's a fork and successor maintained since 2023. is a Byzantine fault tolerance consensus engine widely used in the blockchain industry, particularly Cosmos. They are integrated. Listen to this. It's integrated into Azure, which is Microsoft. I believe that's Microsoft Azure. And guess what? Amazon Web Services is using. We all know that. I already showed you the evidence. I'm not showing it right now. Ripple's an Amazon partner. Now it's starting to make sense. How is Ripple an Amazon partner? Because Amazon is using the Ripple Cosmos SDK. Oh my God! Now I'm seeing it. How it's getting put together. Yeah, we know that Ripple and Amazon are partners, but it really didn't tell us where. Well, Ripple works with PeerSys to make an Ethereum virtual machine operating system called Cosmos SDK. That's what Amazon's using. There's the partnership right there. Okay, now I know. Let's continue. We're learning way too much today, Crypto Hulk. Crypto Hulk, I might have to watch this fucking show again. Take notes. Core developers and stewards. There's a company called All In Bits, AIB, formerly Tendermint Incorporated. So it's called All In Bits, founded by Jay Quant. Formal system, Interchain Foundation. I'm just checking. Oh, Microsoft. Here we go. Tendermint in Microsoft. Integrated Tendermint into the Azure blockchain. There we go right there. So now this is a Microsoft project also. I mean, it just keeps getting bigger. Eventually, I'll tell you what, yesterday I just had to stop because it just kept going and growing and growing and growing. I'm like, fuck, dude. I could be up till 12 o'clock at night finding all these connections. I said, I got to stop because I'm getting exhausted mentally. Companies that use, oh my God, here it goes. It just never ends. Listen to this. Companies that are integrated with Tendermint, let's see if you know their names. OG Labs. Have you ever heard of Accenture? They're a Ripple partner. They're one of the biggest payment companies in the world. They got 10,000 employees. Accenture. Amazon.com uses Tendermint in internal or cloud-based blockchain. Binance built Binance Chain and BNB. The Binance Chain, oh my God. Oh my God. Binance itself used a modified Tendermint for fast consensus, DEX, and DeFi. Binance runs on Ripple XRP Ledger sidechain called the Cosmos SDK, which is an Ethereum virtual machine operating system. Ripple built this with its partner company, PeerSys, and Amazon and Binance are running on the shit. Crypto.com is running on it. Right there it says, powers the Kronos chain. Tendermint powers the Kronos chain. All this stuff I've never, ever heard on any other channel. Dices, eMoney. Oh, check it out. IBM. Enterprise blockchain. So IBM utilizes this Tendermint. You ever heard of Infosys Limited? I have. They use it. Kava Labs. You ever heard of that? Kira Network. Oasis Labs. OKX. You ever heard of OKX? They use it. Terra and Luna. They use it. Oh, wait, never mind. My bad. Okay. Fuck. I'm done. Shit, we're at 1 hour and 8 minutes. Son of a bitch. I had to come up for air on that one. Shah Iskander. Thank you very much for that donation there. Damn. Okay. I'm done reading off all of that. They have a website. You can look at their website here. Let me do a copy and a paste. Whoo-wee. Here is a page for Evmos if you're interested. That's how all this shit is running on, is that side chain with Ripple and that company Coveney with Zeta chain. Here is your web page for CoinGecko. We could look at the crypto. I'll tell you what, I had to stop looking, like I said, for information. This shit just is endless. This crypto is endless. I bought a boatload, and I could literally probably retire just on this crypto alone. Whenever this decides to take off, I'll be waiting. So I am officially a whale with this crypto. Let me check some comments really quick, and then I think we'll call it a wrap. Then I'm going to put this show to the $5 people. So $10 people, thank you very much. You got access to this. I will then pass it off to the $5 people. And then in maybe an hour or two later, then I'll post the show to the public. So it'll give all of you guys plenty of time to slowly buy in. Now, this will be a long-term hold crypto. This is one that's, oh my God. I'll let the show speak for itself. I've never seen a crypto more connected than this one right here. Mave. We're at Mave. Okay, I think that'll be a wrap. And let me end this program. All righty. Now, I'll look at trying to make a 5 o'clock p.m. show. There's a lot of news. I'm almost positive I'll have a 5 o'clock p.m. Pacific time show. And until then, I'll see you.